This portion of the news brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
Welcome back. There's no shortage of commentary on the upcoming Junkanoo Carnival. Neither is there a shortage of talent. Keisha Adderley has a preview of what you may be donning and how artisans are viewing the first-time event.
I come to wine, I wanna jump up.
There may be some controversy surrounding the Junkanoo Carnival, but Georgina Ward Rigby is determined to hit all the right notes when the song competition takes to Grand Bahama in just under a month. But she's not the only star. If you dare, here's one of the options for dressing up or down, depending on how you look at it. Albert Thompson, partner with Stars Carnival and carnival enthusiast himself, says the urge to jump in the line just made good business sense, as did artisans Latara Ingram and Aaron Lloyd of Vindy Design Company.
The theme was Bahamas Explosion. I wanted to showcase the Bahamas, and so our colors would be the colors of the Bahamian flag, the aquamarine, the gold, the black, and of course a little bit of pink for the flamingo for some more color.
We're trying to keep everything authentically Bahamian, and I think that's what a lot of people like.
And I also like the fact that we start at $1.99, so it isn't expensive. And
Every Friday until Carnival's main event, May 7th through 9th, you can get a close-up look at the costume offerings at a showcase at Fort Charlotte between 4 and 8 p.m. Meantime, in the public domain, reviews have been mixed, much of it surrounding the $9 million budget allocation. Roscoe Dames of the Bahamas National Festival Commission gave this review.
The majority of the funds to date have been spent within the Bahamas and Bahamian vendors, whether it's T-shirt manufacturers, makeup artists, people who import goods, people who are providing services, graphic artists, radio station, radio personalities.
Dames also responded to the return of KB, who vehemently rejected the festival initially, claiming it did not favor Bahamian culture.
It's important that every single Bahamian is on board to a Bahamian initiative. That's it. I mean, everyone, whether we agree or disagree.
What do you think changed his mind?
Probably divine intervention, who knows?
Dames deferred comment on a headline act to the CEO of the Festival Commission, Paul Major. But Rigby is ready, no matter what.
I wanna jump up, I'm gonna shake, shake, shake all night.
Keisha Adderley, ZNS Network News.
Don't we all? Well, fathers across New Providence today promoted the mentorship program at the C.V. Bethel High School today. Carla Palmer tells us about the event, which targets young men, ensuring they are steered in the right direction.
Expectations were high at C.V. Bethel High School this morning as fathers, men from all walks of life, temporarily took over the classrooms as mentors. They provided the 1,498 students enrolled with a lesson of love, hope, and inspiration. Princess Fox is the school's principal.
We want the boys to become leaders, and we want the girls who may not have fathers in their home to be fathered and know that, they are women of worth, young females of worth.
The Father Figure program has been ongoing at the school for 5 years now, and Eric Smith, the only male guidance counselor there, sees the event as vital to the student body.
The number of boys this year who I've seen break down in the office crying for their fathers, angry because their fathers are not here or in the home with them is really amazing. So I encourage them to give their life to Christ and to be a better man than their fathers. Okay, and I tell them if they do the same thing to their children, then they're worse than their fathers. And so I put it to them that they have to be better fathers, better men than their fathers.
This 10th grader, Leighton Morgan, had high hopes as the program was about to start.
Because my father isn't over here right now, so I only see him at scheduled times. So it'd be good to have something from my father.
Bishop of the Church of God of Prophecy, East Street Tabernacle, Hewlin Hanna, says it's because of students like Morgan that has kept him participating in the program since it started in 2000.
I understand that many of these children have come from disadvantaged backgrounds. I understand that many of these children are from broken situations, and they need persons like me who used to be just like them, who came from the same humble circumstances and who by God's help was able to climb the greasy pole, as they refer to it. And so this is why I came, and I will continue to come not only to this school but every other school, because someone in this country needs to start saying something that is positive.
School officials hope to expand the program next year to include a day for mothers. Carla Palmer, ZNS Network.
This portion of the news was brought to you by McDonald's. McDonald's, I'm loving it.
This is your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Jimenita Swain. Sandals Royal Bahamian Resort over the next 12 months will give 100 employees a chance to train at various local resorts. Managers and supervisors at Sandals Beaches and Grand Pineapple Resorts across the Caribbean will be the first to participate in the Management Exposure Program. All participants will submit a reflective report at the end of their training and will be assigned a Sandals Corporate University coach who will assist them during the training. The program is expected to receive more than $200,000 in its first year. In other business news, business owners take note. The deadline to submit applications to renew business licenses has passed. Officials from the Department of Inland Revenue say all renewals for applications for 2015 should have been submitted to them on or before January 31st. They are advising that anyone with concern should contact the department to ensure compliance. Additionally, businesses are further reminded that fees regarding the renewal are due by March 31st. And in international business news, the U.S. dollar fell sharply on Friday and was on track for its biggest weekly decline against the euro in more than 3 years. Reuters is reporting that helped to drive a rally in Wall Street stocks and crude oil. Riskier assets such as equities were in general on track for a strong week, largely driven by the Federal Reserve's policy statement on Wednesday, which struck a calmer tone than investors had expected. The Fed appeared to argue against the interest rate hike in June. The dollar index is up more than 20% since mid-2014. That was your Royal Fidelity Business News. I'm Jimenita Swain.
The kidneys are vital organs to removing waste products from the body as well as excess fluids.
But that's not all the kidneys are responsible for. They regulate the body's salt, potassium, and acid content.
Jimenita Swain tells us tonight as she takes a closer look at the kidneys and the dangers that certain diseases pose to their health.
In the Bahamas, at least 400 people are receiving some type of treatment for kidney ailments. On average, it costs between 15 to 17 million annually for persons receiving dialysis treatment locally. Chief nephrologist with the dialysis center, Dr. Adrian Sawyer, said there are certain diseases that contribute to kidney disease or kidney failure.
Risk factors are 1, diabetes, 2, high blood pressure, 3, heart disease, and 4, cystic diseases of the kidney.
Combined, Dr. Sawyer said diabetes and high blood pressure are the reasons most patients have to undergo dialysis or kidney transplant. The dialysis center is one of several health facilities that patients go to for treatments. Patients spend several hours on special machines to have their blood cleaned. Dr. Sawyer said kidney transplants have the best outcomes.
Best survival statistics, and it results in the best quality of life for patients. Patients, in fact, most of them can return to working activity and live an almost normal life.
Dr. Sawyer said there is also cheaper treatment for kidney patients than hemodialysis.
Peritoneal dialysis, in which there's a tube that is put in the abdomen, and 4 times a day you run fluid in, let it stay for about 6 hours, and then drain it out. That is less expensive than hemodialysis. It makes you more independent than hemodialysis and has its advantages.
But with diabetes and high blood pressure being a major cause for kidney disease and the Bahamian diet, Dr. Sawyer gives us an idea of how many new cases could show up each year.
We should expect almost 200 new cases with kidney failure who require dialysis or kidney transplant per year. That's the lowest figure. The highest one will be about 350. So this is a relevant problem here.
Kidney treatment is vital to maintain once started, but doctors urge people to eat healthy, exercise regularly, and reduce salt intake to reduce the likelihood of contracting kidney disease. Jimenita Swain, ZNS Network News.
Thanks so much, Jimmy. A young man is looking to the public for help as he fights for his life. In fact, he's battling brain cancer, a diagnosis he received from the age of 10. 2 weeks ago, he underwent a life-transforming surgery to the brain without having to be cut. He's required to undergo chemotherapy for a year at a cost of more than $5,000 a month. Yet the challenges have not beaten Stephen, who says after he surrendered his life to God, things began to turn around. His posture is now one of gratitude and encouragement.
To the public, I appreciate everything that y'all have done. God touch y'all so I could come home and share my testimony, and all of the praise and honor is for God. I want God to see, I want God to use me. I don't want to be seen. You know, it's because of God all of this is possible.
Well, on Sunday, Stephen celebrates his 26th birthday, and the Seventh-day Adventist community have organized a benefit concert at the Diplomat Center, Carmichael Road, to raise funds for the chemotherapy treatment. The concert features some of the leading gospel artists from around the country for a donation of only $10. His mother, Bernadette Brown, is grateful for the support of the Bahamian people.
Stephen is here because of God. On Sunday is actually to give honor and glory to God for what he is doing in Stephen's life, and what he has done and what he will continue to do. On Sunday also, what we want to do as a family is to thank everyone who actually gave of themselves, not even knowing Stephen. What they have done for us is actually given of themselves so that Stephen could live. We actually had nothing. Everywhere we went, the answer was no, not yet. You cannot. And in waiting, the tumor itself actually doubled by 50%.
Again, make sure to try to check out that concert coming up. Well, over the past week, we had two students from St. John's College here at the Broadcasting Corporation of the Bahamas as they explored the world of journalism. Now, in this special report, Aaron Stubbs and Paige Davis, who I'm sure is getting a kick out of me saying their name tonight, they take a look at what it takes to get a story on air. One thing, though, they left out the most important two people who gets it on air, myself and Opal. Let's see what happened.
Here's what we're working on. Everyone knows what the finished product looks like.
The director cues the cameras and talent. The floor director gives the command, and the Bahamas Tonight begins.
But what happens before we get to this point?
With a full hour and a half newscast to produce, the team here at ZNS News gets off to an early start.
I'm the first person to let the Bahamian public know what happened the night before. So anything that happened the night before, say for example a basketball game at the gym, I'll have those scores and everything, and then Jonathan will use them in the night for television.
My day actually starts the day before. Because before I leave in the evening, I would check my assignment log to see what assignments we have in the morning, assign the reporters to the assignment, and I get my assignments by either email, call-in, or written notes from various organizations requesting news coverage of different events that are going to be happening. And normally on the spot with murders and stuff, they're called in by the police or concerned citizen, and then we just go from there.
Advanced planning plays a big part in making the night's newscast, but so does teamwork.
In the mornings while I'm here, I'll go and get some stories. Press conference normally be in the morning, games be in the afternoon, so Jonathan can use them in the night.
So we know that the events are logged for coverage. The editors decide who does what, and the assignment coordinators make sure that the team gets where they are going. But what happens when they come back?
When I get back here, that's the time for deciding how I'm going to write the story, which angle I'm going to take. So I usually just take a moment to figure out which way I'm going to go with my story. I would first go upstairs, ingest the video. Then after that's ingested, come down here, start writing the story. We use this here, and we pick the clips that we're going to use to go along with the story.
It takes a small army to bring the news to the public. And while the anchors and reporters get all of the attention on the outside, inside ZNS, nothing comes together without the full crew on board. For Aaron Stubbs, I'm Paige Davis, ZNS Network News.
Job well done.
And yet still no mention of myself or Opal. Even though Opal made the cut. I don't know what's going on there.
The National Spelling Bee is just a few days away, and as the spellers prepare for the competition, Long Island District Representative Sanaya Knowles recalls the long path to success.
Well, it was a little challenging, but I was in grade 4-1 for grade 4 and 5, and I came first. When I was in grade 5, I was in grade 6-1, and I got out on the 5th round because I was only in grade 5. And then I came back and came first place. Some of the words was challenging, but I got the hang of it. Excellent. And after the 5 rounds, I came first.